I had to play that fucking frequency just now to get rid of that damn wetback. My dad was looking at the juxtaposition of me living in a fucking car and beanbags and fucking nigga bitches and all of that, living the life of O'Reilly, and just the criminalness of it and the continued criminalness. I got like this entity here who set it all up, and really through Satan, it was him and that entity, I think his name is Alex Nassimiento, that took me out of my body on August 22nd, 2022 in the early morning hours. I was drinking. That night I remember somebody slapping the timelines of somebody from whatchamacallit, Destrehan, Louisiana on my back, which was allowing and creating a portal for, I experienced it in jail when they were putting, slapping what felt like stamps on me and shit. I had shit coming from out the walls and burning my head. It felt like microwaving, like people describe. I wish I would have knew about, I did know about frequency in jail, but I was made to forget it when I got out. I wish I would have known all about that. I was playing 6,000 hertz, but it wasn't doing much to get rid of this shit. If I just saw what was coming, I would have done something. I ended up in the realm where I'm dealing with this wetback bitch trying to keep me stuck in Santa Muerte's realm. It's a lot. Use my own hell. We all have in the hell realms. I learned it's pure fucking evil, and I got to deal with this fucking wetback bitch tormenting me day and night and stripping me of everything on my body, out my body. And I'm worried about her bringing more motherfuckers in, but I'm gonna stop that shit. Like I say, like fuck you. This helps. You work with it. Just work with the frequency. Trying to remove my fucking dad, my interconnection to my father, which means my Godhead, in my inner consciousness, in my soul consciousness. I remember one time Maria Tavares was wearing the soul consciousness of my mother and father who passed in that timeline. Like I said, when I went back to the peace age in 2023, it's incontrovertible. I saw it written on my soul consciousness. Parents taking out their body by that entity. You know, family removed. Mama taking out her body, and it's depressing what I've seen with that timeline. And, you know, them nigga bitches are living in huge mansions. I'm barred from my own body almost by the demiurge. She's the real name I know. It's like with Satan, and I want to drop. You know, that's why I feel like it's inconsolable. It's hard for me to get back to the way I used to be. I'm getting confused about what the fuck is going on and just trying to maintain sanity as much as I can. But it's hard dealing with this shit. This is evil. You know, to be made to feel like you should be thankful for being alive, something you should take for granted. I'm supposed to die at the age of 87. I get protection from the very motherfuckers that's putting this shit on. I refuse to comply with that shit. About, you know, as Jehoshaphat, I should be happy to be, you know, just giving their time. No, I'm not going to give in. You never want to be no sacrifice. Don't let people make you a sacrifice. Don't do that shit. I don't agree to that. You know, I've had help from Allah. I'm going to be honest with you. I just believe in telling truth. With that being said, those burqa entities, I saw in the spirit plane, they do Tai Chi and all that shit. Same thing with the necromancer entities you see. They protect the four corners of the elements in the spirit plane around the earth. With that being said, he removes them, let them come and do all sorts of shit. Like I said before, when I saw all them motherfuckers benefiting off of me in that timeline and doing well, and including these wetbacks here, that's another addition. I was told Zendaya in that timeline, you know, put me down as he catered something and was stealing my shit. And from what I understand, if she didn't do that, she would have gone down the trajectory of being like me, homeless, poor, but she would have been a prostitute and everything. You know, I like being spiritual. I can't even be spiritual with all this shit. I want to talk spiritual truth so fucking bad, but I can't with this wetback bitch, you know, fucking with me. And I mean, I'm trying to fucking articulate as best as I can what I'm dealing with. It's excruciating having something evil that's sentient pulling shit out of your body. There's got to be some way to extricate somebody's higher self out the spirit plane. And her Archangel Michael on top of that. His name is Raul Vargas III. He ain't supposed to be doing that shit. He, at the soul consciousness level, and he's fully conscious of it, from what I understand. He looks like, Machete. What's his name? The actor. Danny Trejo, I think. Who allows that shit to happen. And I think, I'm trying to figure out what else. We had an entity attachment of her that got taken out by her. So I couldn't get my shit back. That's an evil motherfucker. I'm pissed off at the face of it. Soul swapping, like I don't remember Baron Samedi saying, oh, you gotta wait till 7 years to get back in your body. I never agreed to that shit. I'm gonna get this shit off. That's why I've been playing that frequency. I was trying to rely on spiritual help to make sure it's accurate, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck at this point. It's cutting too close at the wire, and it just don't work. Get her ass off, got the frequency to get out, and then get our shit back. And extricate her and Santa Muerte. She relies on the Virgin Mary, who is another sacrifice to exist. That's a topa thought form I preach about how to get rid of her. Frankincense and myrrh and black tourmaline, which don't work for any other god or real deity. Problem with her is she's a thought form. It's her followers, like with Maria Tavares or Paraffin, who act as her, which is what allows her to exist. She can only exist through people's higher to higher selves. You can't do that with Baron Samedi, Yameya, Obatala, Ludumare, God, because those are real tangible beings. Get rid of her, petition God to get rid of her out the spirit plane. And I did an article on it. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do the cards, but I'm trying to articulate just the indignation of it. All these people feeding off of me as a sacrifice, and I'm supposed to feel good about merely being alive and not call out the motherfuckers who perpetuated this. And then on top of that, I see justice right there. I'm dealing with this wetback, which is, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to extricate. A 960 hertz can get rid of her as well. She'll do something to fuck with it, so just increase it with zeros. Early this morning, one member of my spirit team actually saw that the Illuminati in that timeline was involved, so it gets more fucking complicated. And I've seen them in those timelines. I felt their energy signature, their presence. I know it's them. They were stealing parts of my child consciousness for a very nefarious reason. And I've had people in the spirit plane steal my shit. But when they came, I saw the Rothschilds, and they keep connecting to my highest self, who's Jewish. They keep stealing our shit. With that being said, I hear something tormenting me right now, taunting me with my dad in that timeline. I keep, hearing it, more and more and more. My dad being turned into a dubbick, a demon, meant to torment me, my family. I saw Maria Tavares doing that to me in my next timeline, my next lifetime. Probably perhaps Baron Samedi. But more so them. And that's, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for to be a part of this shit. Be involved in this curse. But I'm going to solve this shit today. This is evil. Usually, I didn't feel the presence of my parents around me. Usually, as inner entity attachments and connections you do, I don't. So I got to nip this wet back in the butt. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, do the tarot cards, and work on trying to get rid of her and not letting anything stop me. One thing about me is I'm tenacious. I was known for that in high school, and I remember back then, I learned during this curse the reason why I couldn't get anywhere. Back in the day, I used to look like this. They had me under his curse. It's the Bible. Well, I really couldn't get anywhere. I could have been in Maxim and all of that, and he's had set it up where people, Xavier Prep and all of that, were constantly taking my blessings. With that being said, to remove curses, 8127 hertz is your friend. I'll be, doing videos and articles, and some will say, something bad gonna happen if you mention that. Fuck you! Get the fuck... This shit gotta stop. So with that being said, in the obstacle position, we got the King of Swords. And with the King of Swords being in that position, that represents, I see you getting a lot of spiritual help, but I see somebody who's very, very, very vile and pejorative, I don't want to say pejorative, nefarious, inimical, blocking, obstruct. Three of Cups is the present position. I believe that you're working in a union with other people to bring something about. Outcome, future position, justice. I see you deceptively getting what you want, so sift through it to make sure you get what you're supposed to be getting. I do a pink today, some with eye symbolism. You know, by the way, we all have inner entity attachments of the all-seeing eye, so whatever, fucking with that. In us. Four of Cups. I gotta get up from under these curses. I gotta get that Maria Tavares paraffin out and then, you know, deal with the rest of this shit, because this is some evil shit. Sorry for me to even articulate what's going on accurately. With that being said, Four of Cups. The entity even took my parents' life review, that bald-headed entity I showed y'all, Alex Nascimento, whatever his name is, right after they got taken out of their bodies. I was showing this would be the course of their life. Anyways, we got the Four Cups. And I see you all. That's in the subconscious. And I see y'all being told to just chill and not do much. But you wanting to be industrious and get to work. The Fool, the gold position. I see great things coming where if you just break free of the shackles, don't let shit keep you down and all of that, you be able to get what you want. Six of Pentacles, yeah, advice card. Seek help to make sure you accomplish your goals. Energy all around you. Five of Swords. A lot of people blocking you. Five of Swords is the energy that circumvents all around you. Again, it's got something to do with that May the 1st, 2024 timeline. I feel that wetback moving something out of me just now. You know, keeping me under heavy curses and all of that. I kept hearing the higher self say I wanted her to stay dead. So something ain't right with my reality. You know, I saw the Grim Reaper's reflection. So I was not in my body. I was shown by spirit guides higher to higher selves and all of that. I remember. Got placed in the hell realm. Continue to get pulled into that evil shit. This is just, it's very unfair. I remember somebody a long time ago, shaman ironically worked with Hike. You know, Zendaya keeps stealing my Hike's energy powers, and you know that's attached to my mom, who's supposed to be my entity attachment connection to Isis. And remember the Egyptians taking it back at one point and giving it to her, who's the predecessor, not the producer. There's something going on about the Illuminati, wanting to bring them down to their level to control them. And they're the ones that begot this whole system, them, but not really, not them really, but that was set up by the God industrial complex and the demiurge. I wonder if the Egyptians come from the same realm as Sophia. It's all this evil shit that's just overwhelming me. With that being said, Five of Swords, the energy all around you, it's people that's feeding off of you, and that's taken from you. King of Cups. You're gonna overcome it. Fear in your hopes card. You're going through a lot. And you're being fucked with really, really, really bad. You fear going seeking counsel outside of yourself, but don't be fearful. Outcome 3 of Pentacles. I actually had that outcome yesterday, surprisingly. You're going to go to people that's going to help you out. And you got to put the pedal to the metal. With that being said, that shit ain't good, by the way. Anytime you do something like that, it's because you ain't got no brakes. 5 of Pentacles. And that actually was staring out at me. With that being said, if you want a more personalized tarot reading, please contact me at ravenbytarot22@yahoo.com. This shit is depressing.